What's up, guys? So I'm back with Fibonacci level 2 or 2.0, whatever you want to call it. So it's been a year since I filmed the first video, or actually a year since I filmed the course, and this is how I trade now, guys. Like everything you've seen that you just went over, it's valuable and it's still working for a lot of people. Right, I'm not saying forget it. It's just that the monthly key levels, I don't need them. I've remembered them basically off by heart. I know where they are. I just drag my crosshair and I know exactly where monthly, weekly levels are. So I completely got rid of that, but I'm here to talk about Fibonacci. But first things first, if you're watching this video and you just joined the course and you came straight to these videos, these advanced videos, please do me a favor, guys, and rather go back to lesson 1 and work your way through all the content and then do this as a last resort. It's not going to make sense to you now to start on the advanced videos or 2.0 because this is filmed a year later after the initial course. So these are just things that I've done, I've changed, and because I changed my trading style, I let you guys know as well. I'm not a selfish trader. I don't hold back information. If I learn something, you guys are going to learn it with me. Right? So this is how I do things now. And some of you also do it like this, especially my in-person students, because this is the new ways I teach. So if it's working for you, the initial way, and you're going to get confused with looking at key levels that's not really here, then stick to what you know. Do not change that at all. Okay, so the Fibonacci 2.0, it's not much difference, but I will say this. If you look at my Fibonacci now and I do that, that's it. I have the 100, the 0, the support, resistance, the 2 extension targets, and the 61.8. I'm only keen of buying or selling in this area. I don't do the 38.2 anymore. There's too much room for stuff ups. I don't do the 50 indecision around there. I love the golden number. I love the risk reward. But you guys know when you draw this out and you take your long position too, and you're getting in on this level, I take it about 60 pips back. Right? Sometimes less, sometimes like 40 pips, all depending on price action, and my target looks like this. Right? Depending, if I look left is always important. So that's what my setups are looking like. Not setups like this anymore. Less risk, more reward. Filming this video at 12 in the morning. Hence me. Okay, so Fibonacci 2.0 is simple. What I also do differently now, for example, when I draw the fibs, I no longer go from week to week like that. Right? I like to take a medium area. So like this area here, 1, 2, 3, more or less this is where, right, the resistance was. Then I look to the right and I look, okay, 1.15424. Now automatically what I do once I find the bodies and I'm happy with that resistance, I'm going to move it to the round, this psychological round number, which you guys will know by now will be 500. So I move it to 500. Okay, let's say like that. Then I'll take the support of the 0%. I'll look for this area of support, which is over here. Okay, there's only 2 levels or 2 candles. Alright, and now it's 1.13044. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, now I'll move it slightly up. Slightly down. Round it off to my psychological round number. More like that. Something like that. I just round them off. So my wick is like placed in the middle, like that. And here is like to the body, but not to the bottom, in the middle. So that's my style now. Right? So we can see price came up and formed this I don't think I taught this pattern in the previous videos. Where's my tool? Brush. So this over here, it's like a 3-pin bar, right? It's like a 3-pin bar pattern kind of thing. Ugh, I just take this off. So you can see exhaustion in that area. Price came up. Now I know this is between 71, 78.6, right? This week came as far as 88.6. So because the levels are kind of imprinted in my head, that I know this is this, this is this, this is this. I don't need to have it on there. I just love having the 61.8 on there. Hence the fib looking clean. So I'll see, okay, we have that rejection, right? Then if this is all happening on the daily, first day, second day. So the second day closes like this. Automatically, I'm going to want to wait for some sort of retest. So using the fib, I'll drop down to, let's say, hour time frame. I'd go all the way back there. Right. Look at what actually happened. And now I could have got an entry. Right now, I see exactly what happened, and now I got my entry. And I think I'll discuss that in the next video. Right, the break of structure, all of that. Because this is about the fib. So, back to the daily. My fibs is always thrown in the daily. Always in the daily, right? Always throw my fib. So, this is the A, this is the B, this is the C. Now this level, the C level where I sell from, will now become my A level, right? So this I'll line up. So you see 1.14792. I take this, I move it to 1.14750. Right? I'm all about that psychological round numbers. Right? You want to always get it perfect. Then I'm taking the D extension target that it reached, and I'm lining that up there. So I have 1.12, 600. So 500 would be the closest. So then I'd pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Right? Something like that. Again, perfect 61.8 rejection. Almost too perfect. Like I can take a horizontal ray and I can lay it across here. It's that perfect. Let me make it thicker. Right? Look at that. So, again, it's my A, it's my B, this is my C, D. Okay? It only hit the first TP1. Still, the risk would have been crazy small. First day, second day, third day. Spinning top, spinning top, spinning top. All signs, price 1 through 4. Again, I take this, I zoom in, and I go to lower time frames, and I see I could have entered. If you want to do this, you can also do this. So you mark this as A. If it helps you, you know. So A, B, C, D. Good. Then plays out. Boom, boom, boom. So roll this out. So now over here. Okay, and you look to the left to place it. 13885. So now we get a round off to 114. So you'll find your fib starting there. Okay, all the way down. This D, the D now becomes the B. Okay, 111,936. So we take it to 112. Let's do something like that. But now we can see this fib has been annihilated. A, B, no C. It just actually made I. Okay, so if you got in or faked out here, it would have stopped you out. But after it was done, it basically proceeded to make another equal low, a lower high, and a lower low. So it came on with these moves. So let's say I took the trade, I got stopped out over there. Again, take the fib. I look 14133. So 250 would be where I'd round it off to. Get it up to 250, right? Same with this one. Nice support in that area. Okay, so now I'll take it up. 12037. So we know it's 12000. Right, like that. Over here, unfortunately, this is a missed trade for me because it did not get to my level of 61.8. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to go to the other videos. Let me take off these. But I'm going to work on this pair and be able to break down all of them for you. So that's basically fib level 2.0. It's just how I'm using the fib now. No longer just like strict and placing it week to week. I'm combining the psychological round numbers with the fibs. Sometimes it's body, middle week, top week, in the body. Who knows, right? But either way, use the strategy, try it out on some pairs, on some of your favorite pairs, and let me know how it works. Let me know how it goes for you. But besides that, I'm on to the next video, and I'll see you guys there.